How stupid are you? If you have that take that you prefer your privacy, you're a idiot. Like, Windows isn't backdoored by the CIA. Like, your devices aren't spying on you. Like, Tel Aviv doesn't have a Palantir profile on your very existence as we speak. I do this with a heavy heart, but I cast 5 years of Haitian voodoo upon you. If you do not subscribe in the next 5 minutes, this is your one and only chance to save your soul. Subscribe to me in the next 5 minutes and the Haitian voodoo will not be casted upon you. Welcome back, everybody, to another Hmong video. Now, this video is going to be a little bit controversial, I think, because I'm going to be, I guess, giving out information that some people might abuse. And you know what? In my mind, fuck it. I hope people do abuse it, and I hope that it becomes such a problem that NetEase has no choice but to revert the changes they made and add some fucking server-side type of anti-cheat too. Because the shit that we're seeing should be physically impossible if there's no server-side checks. Like, how the fuck was that fake Vickers account shooting his gun directly straight, the bullets going diagonal, hitting someone at an angle that's impossible? The server should be able to detect that. If the player model is facing a certain direction, the client should communicate that with the server, and the server should see that the person is shooting someone at an angle that they're not fucking taking. But that doesn't happen because this shit is made very poorly, and it gets even worse. So what I have here is Chrome open. So if you see my Chrome tab, 2 months ago, in Rivals Infinite Wisdom, they thought removing kernel-level access from their anti-cheat was a good idea. I was sitting in my head and I was wondering, where the fuck did all these cheaters magically come from all of a sudden? You know, it wasn't this bad 5 months ago, 3 months. It wasn't this bad. All of a sudden, I was like, what happened here? Like, any fucking game that functions somewhat correctly, there's no cheaters that can play 80 games and we have to wait for NetEase to manually see that this shit is happening via, like, mass reports for them to get banned. This Vickers dot account, it got banned, thankfully, but it took he did this shit for like 2 days, 3 days, from piss low all the way up to rank 1 on planet Earth. How embarrassing is that? How can this account make it to rank 1 before it has to get banned? I just don't understand it. But this makes it all make sense. So look at the cheering here, bro. Like, they're all cheering, saying, thank God, man. Good. At least a few people are saying good and bad. But someone said some shit like, where was it? Oh my God, finally. Like, dude, they're so happy, man. They're so happy that their game's gonna get ripped apart by scumbags. Like, guys, I don't understand why they thought that this was something that was acceptable. I know some of you are gonna say you prefer your privacy. How fucking stupid are you? If you have that take that you prefer your privacy, you're a fucking idiot. Like, Windows isn't backdoored by the CIA. Like, your fucking devices aren't spying on you. Like, Tel Aviv doesn't have a fucking Palantir profile on your very existence as we speak. You are fucking stupid. I want them to add even worse kernel fucking level access, everything down to my BIOS level if you want, NetEase. Get these scumbags banned, get the closet cheaters banned, get the fucking LARPers acting like they're good players, but they're giga cheating in the background, sitting in Discord servers all day. Get those scumbags banned. Kill them all in-game. I do not care, because this shit's ridiculous. Look at this. You can just bypass the anti-cheat. You can bypass it. Like, what the fuck? The driver has no keep alive / ping to user mode check, which is essentially the core flaw we're gonna abuse. Yo, you fucking NetEase are incredible, bro. Like, I don't understand how we ship a game in this state. Look at the shit that this guy was doing. I know we covered it in the last video, but every video has new viewers. Like how is this remotely possible if there's like some sort of server side check? He's shooting him at an angle that's not the bullet's going to the side. The bullet's going to the side of his fucking gun, NetEase. It's embarrassing to watch. It was funny last video where I'm laughing, but when I sit down and I think about it a bit more, it's rage-inducing. He hit rank 1 on this account before he got banned. How does the game... You know how this is happening? He has anti-cheat disabled. You could disable it with 1 Steam flag. I legit was researching how this is even possible for an hour. And it makes sense. Anti-cheat's disabled. If there was even their dog shit non-kernel mode anti-cheat was active, something would have to detect this, man. There's just no way, right? Like, is there really nothing server side? Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. He's looking this way. This guy's behind the wall. The bullet's going legitimately diagonal. How does the server not auto-ban him? The bullet is firing out of his gun at an angle which is not possible. There should be a client-side communication with the server, even if there's no anti-cheat enabled whatsoever. Even if this guy is using Steam flags or some kernel bypass or whatever the fuck. The server should detect it on its own. What the fuck are we doing? How is this like not even... This is like Sea of Thieves level shit. Did any of you guys ever play Sea of Thieves? I used to play that shit a lot. I had 3,000 hours on Sea of Thieves. I used to sweat. We would just load in on a brigantine and we would sail in and we would just take everybody's shit. But there would be, every once in a while, a boat that was just hard cheating. Like, the cannonballs were just hard locking on the boat. The guys were whipping out the sniper pistol, two-tapping us. There was nothing we could do about it because the game had no anti-cheat, literally, from server to client. But guess what? Even Sea of Thieves added anti-cheat on 2 levels. So if the boat was doing some shit with the cannon that was impossible angle-wise, which people would do, like the cannon would be pointing this way, but the fucking bolt's firing that way, you would get insta-banned. Even if you found a way to bypass easy anti-cheat, they would insta-ban you, thank God. Here, this doesn't happen. In Marvel Rivals, you have to wait 48 hours for Guang Guang and his team in fucking Shenzhen, China to wake the fuck up and ban this guy. I don't know. I feel like if you play this game in high elo, you're essentially trolling yourself, because until they make a step to like actually ban everybody instantly by putting back their fucking anti-cheat, nothing's gonna change. Like, people got mad at Valorant's anti-cheat back in the day, but how many cheaters compared to this game do you face in Valorant? I think probably significantly less. Like, the only other game that doesn't have like a kernel level anti-cheat is like CS2, and CS2 is, guess what, guys, infested with fucking cheaters spin botting. So that's the level we're at here. Like, look at this pig. Look at him. Like, I don't know. This is what you get when you disable, you actually pull back the security in your game, and then you don't even police it well. Like, you guys are making so much money at NetEase. You guys have slave labor in China. You're telling me you can't hire a team of people to just sit there and just like permanently like scout top 500, like watch streams and see if there's cheaters in the game? Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's not a wage problem. You guys are making A-rap money, and you could pay some dude legit a fucking shoelace, 30 cents, and they'll fucking do the job. Like, just get a team. If you don't want to up the anti-cheat, get a team of people to crack down on it instantly at least, and do ELO refunds. I don't know, because otherwise, like, we get this bullshit, and he's gonna come back. Like, yeah, you banned him, but he's just gonna do a fucking hardware ID spoof. He's gonna be back in 2 days, and he's gonna cheat his brains out again. And he's gonna probably bring it back to rank 1, whatever. He's gonna name it Gomakaze 1 or some shit. He's gonna name it Gomakaze, period. And he's gonna come back and he's gonna hit rank 1. And there's just nothing we can do because this game is poorly made. Everybody's a fucking clown. People defend it in the name of privacy. Like, you're not being spied on 24/7 by the apps you download, by the devices you own, by the hardware you buy, by the operating software you use. Like, everything, man. Everything. Your government's already spying on you. There's no such thing as privacy in this day and age. Do you know that the microphone, they can turn the speakers in your TVs into microphones to listen to you? They can use your modem, broadcasting Wi-Fi, to map out the fucking room and see who's in your room just off of the Wi-Fi signals. Like, guys, there's no such thing as privacy in the year 2026. So crying about kernel level access to an anti-cheat is the dumbest fucking thing in the history of mankind. You're just an idiot. You're crying like a fucking dog. And I really want people to wake up, because if you're gonna sit like a chud all day, if you want to chud out and play a game, God bless, you know, I understand that. I sympathize with that. But chud out in a game where you don't have to fight legitimately Mr. Miss Splitlick from fucking DC. Like, this guy has reality warping powers. Like, you don't beat him. You can't beat him. And he's going to come back, and it's not just going to be him coming back, it's going to be other people following up and doing it. Now, someone's going to say, Mung, in what world do you think it's okay for you to give this info out? Well, my argument is, if I could find it in 10 seconds, it doesn't matter. Someone else is going to find it with or without me saying it. I hope that more cheaters show up so NetEase is forced to actually do something. And if they don't do anything, then they deserve to have their game die in the high elo world. Because in the reality, this doesn't affect the low elo guy. Nobody cares. The guy clocking in 9 to 5, playing quick play and then fucking plat. He's probably gonna not. He's probably not gonna encounter these guys that much, most likely. And maybe once out of like 100 games. Versus once you hit top 500, like dude, the queues in top 500 were so bad that people were legit just not queuing. There was no point. You were gonna run into this dude. He was perma queuing. Like, how fucking crazy is that? Anyways, I just need to get that rant out because when I figured this out, I was just shocked. I couldn't believe it. They contributed to the problem. It makes me wonder if they're selling cheats on the back end. Like, are they being forced by the Chinese government to make more money? Because I know they gotta pay the CCP something. So maybe they're selling the cheats, making the skins. They're just collecting everything. Who knows? Hey, everything is speculative and theoretical. So YouTube TOS, chill out. I'm not saying anything is fact. But I'll see you all later. Take it easy and yeah, play something better, guys.